Welcome to another episode of Healing Through Love. Each week, we share ideas, experiences, and resources to increase the awareness of domestic and family violence and to empower survivors to grow and thrive. We talk with experts who share their advice, or with people who have experienced abuse, no matter where they are on their journey. This is all about healing through love. And now, here are your hosts, Sharan Lynch and Rose Davidson.
The Healing Through Love podcast with host Sharan Lynch and Rose Davidson would love to acknowledge Global Glamping Charities Incorporated for generously supporting this podcast. Global Glamping Charities, solving homelessness in all of its forms. Reach out to them at globalglamping.org. The Healing Through Love podcast with Sharan Lynch and Rose Davidson. In episode 43, Sharan Sammi discusses with us how to use deep healing to really overcome limiting beliefs, fears, doubts, and concerns.
So as a person, I am very high vibe, but I do understand that we do have the polarities in life, the high and the low. You can't be like high bubbly, 24/7 because we're human at the end of the day. But the key things that I do, and I'm going to give you an acronym here, and this is a high performance acronym and it's called MEDS. Yeah. Okay, so it's MEDS. So the M, first of all, stands for meditation. Then it's E. So it's part of my morning routine, and I do get up at 5 o'clock in the morning most days. So the E stands for exercise. Meditation, exercise. Then you've got to look at your diet. To eliminate the processed foods, making sure you're healthy with your vitamins, your minerals, your vegetables, your salads, your water intake. The score out there. You've heard this.
The Healing Through Love podcast with Sharan Lynch and Rose Davidson.
Hello and welcome to the Healing Through Love podcast. I'm your host, Sharan Lynch from SharanLynch.com. Healing Through Love is here to help survivors and victims of family and domestic violence to find their way back to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. We interview experts and survivors who share their personal stories and offer advice to those who are experiencing abuse, no matter where they are on their healing journey. As well as the Healing Through Love podcast, we hold annual Pamper Days here in South Australia in Adelaide for survivors of domestic and family violence, and our local businesses come together and pay it forward for the day. Think day spa on steroids. It's beautiful. And I'm very proud to say that this month, the month of May, we are launching a global concern. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're a wellness practitioner yourself, please reach out to us. We're looking for people in your area to participate in a local Pamper Day. So please reach out. We're looking for people who want to be interviewed as well here on our podcast. So please reach out to hello@healingthroughloveaustralia.org, and the details are in the cliff notes. Now today we've got a very, very special guest from across the seas. We have Sharan Sammi with us, and Sharan is the light wherever she goes. A wife and a mother of two beautiful earth angels. She lives in the UK and has a successful banking career and in the financial markets for 20 years. And then she developed a very strong money mindset and economic outlook. She started her personal development journey at 17, but she's much younger than she looks, I tell you. So she's started in various healing modalities. And in her spare time and in the evenings and on weekends, she spent this time working on herself. Sharan has overcome so many obstacles to reach her dreams, such as signing up as an actor. So I'm looking forward to hearing that story in a soap opera. And she is an energy healer. And today she's going to share with us some beautiful stories, and stay with us till the end because she's got something to give you for free. Hi, Sharan. How are you?
Hi, Charlene. I'm great, thank you. And thanks for having me here on the show. I'm so excited.
Such a blessing. I am so curious. How do you transition from a banking career to an entrepreneur, and how does that happen?
I know. Oh my gosh. So I started after university doing a banking degree. So it was quite relevant that I went into the banking industry and started on a graduate scheme. And then pretty much soon after the year on the graduate scheme was over, I really like pushed myself into, okay, what does my future look like? And the typical corporate ladder here in the UK and probably around the world, to be honest, is you start from the bottom and you work your way up, and it takes years to get to the top. Whereas with me being super ambitious, super motivated, I wanted to get, a lot higher above the ranks. So, I overcame a lot of like imposter syndrome, personal limiting beliefs, doubts, concerns, fears, you name it. I had it to reach, to the high levels in financial markets with a very successful banking career. But then when I got married 10 years ago now, happily married and had my two beautiful earth angels that are now 8 and 6 years old. When I had the children, my whole values in life changed. It wasn't all about advancing my career, working 12, sometimes 15 hours a day, traveling all around the country, living the high life, hotels, seeing corporate clients, flexibility to do what I want, when I want, as long as I hit the banking goals. But it changed. I had a family at home. And I was like, something's got to change. So on the other side, like you mentioned, I did start my personal development journey at such a young age, training in various like coaching and healing modalities. I'm a natural psychic medium. So right from the start, my first training was actually Reiki. So for those of you that are not sure what Reiki is, it's using your hands, the universal life energy in your hands to heal. Hands-on healing, traditional Usui Reiki. So I trained as a Reiki healer master teacher and then as an angelic Reiki, and then went on to various like theta healing modalities, coaching, certified coaching, mental fitness, infinite possibilities. The list is quite endless, to be honest. And it was all about law of attraction, your thoughts become things, looking at your thoughts, your beliefs, changing your limiting beliefs, all of that stuff. So it actually helped me within the banking world to progress. But then when it came to having my children, and then not being able to take them to school. And this was the key thing because I didn't have the flexibility or the freedom to take my children to school. So 5 days a week, my husband, working in a marketing position, had to take the children to school because he was working closer to the children's school. He wasn't traveling as much in his job. But the fundamental thing here was that his boss actually said to him, that's a woman's role. That should be your wife's role to take the children to school. Men don't take children to school, do they? And and I'm talking only like 6 or 7 years ago. And he had that, that viewpoint. And then expressing that to my husband to say, well, your wife should be taking the children to school, not you. So my husband had to fight that to say, well, actually, I'm a dad, I'm worthy of, it's one of those things. They're my children as well. They're my responsibility. So luckily he was able to take the children 5 days a week to school. But for me as a mother, it killed me inside. And I'm using that strong word because it did. To my core, listening to my husband say, oh, I hugged the children, I kissed them goodbye. They came running to me after school, told me about their day. And I was missing out on these milestone moments, even their Christmas plays and Easter activities and things. So something had to change. And this is where I then thought, okay, bigger universe. What is the plan for me? What is my life purpose? Is it I'm stuck here in the banking world for life till I'm 60, 70 years old? And I'm in my early 40s, by the way. So I made that strong decision. I had to leave the banking world. It wasn't easy because the limiting beliefs of having that safe, secure paycheck, every month, what your income's going to be. And it's really like, fearful to leave banking, to leave your corporate job, any job, to then start on your own, to start your business as an entrepreneur. But I made that move. I made it happen. And it was just before COVID, in fact. Talk about the timing, but it was just before COVID in January of 2020. I made the move out of banking into, the world of coaching and healing and training. And I've never looked back. And it was just because, and I mean, if you're listening right now, look at your life circumstances, having that quality time with your partner, quality time with your children, because I ultimately believe, Charlene, life is just too short, and tomorrow is not promised to any one of us. So it's about living your best life today and doing the best that you can today.
I love it. So you've got a unique set of skills, all very different and specific. So my question probably is, like, what have you been guiding clients through? Is it a whole range of things, or do you specialize in a specific area?
Yeah, well, ultimately, I specify in money mindset. So it's about reaching, your highest earning potential, and also acquiring the self-worth, the self-love, the self-confidence, the self-esteem, all of that stuff to actually excel in your corporate career or in your business life. But in doing that work, what I've noticed is it's a holistic approach. So it's not just focused on your career or focused on your business. It's everything. It's about the relationship you've got with yourself, with your partner, with your children, your own personal health and wellness. And it comes from all different areas, like your emotional self, your mental self, your physical, your psychological, and your spiritual. So working with a whole range of clients, they've all got, obviously we're all unique, and they've all got their own different backgrounds and circumstances and trauma and illnesses, or when their body's at dis-ease because they're not at ease because of a whole raft of things. And I've got so many examples that I'm happy to share, but it is quite endless, and it's really helping them through that healing journey. What is stopping them from moving forward? And a lot of the time it's that inner critic in our mind, that devil on the shoulder that says to us quite, on repeat, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I can't possibly do that. And bearing in mind, we have a minimum of 40,000 thoughts in any one day, and 80% of our thoughts are on repeat. They're the same thoughts that we have. So if we're telling ourselves, and my clients are telling themselves, oh, I'm not good enough, because my partner previously told me, abused me, or, I went through all these circumstances as a child and I had all this traumatic experience. And then you grow up as an adult and you've got your inner critic saying to you, well, you're not good enough. You can't survive a relationship. You're not going to make that last. You're not lovable. Who's going to love you? Look at you. You're too fat. You're too tall. You're too small. All of this inner mindset stuff. So this is what fundamentally I help my clients to overcome their limiting beliefs, and that inner critic voice to really change, to transform their whole inner paradigm, their belief system, so that they feel better, because our thoughts directly link in with our beliefs, which then determine how we feel, which then influences the actions that we take in life, whether we're going to go for that job, whether we're going to go on that date, whether we're going to go to the gym in the morning if we feel like it. It impacts all of our actions, which then give us the results. And it's all about, if you're listening out there, it's all about what are the results that you want in life? Is it you want that pay rise? Is it you want your partner to just give you more attention, to give you that love that you deserve, to give you that attention, to take you out, to wine and dine you, or you just want that inner connection with yourself or your children? Whatever it is that you're seeking in life, you can get it, and you can overcome any adversity and any limitations. You really can.
Love it. So you work with a whole range of people. Do you work one-on-one with them, or do you work in groups? Like, how do you normally get the results for your clients?
Yeah, so I work one-on-one, and I also do group programs as well. So my one-on-one work is, first of all, I do like psychic medium readings, which is the I suppose the basic package at the moment, just the readings. And then they can do a Suit Your Soul session, which is a one-off, one-to-one session where we just work on one issue, so one area that somebody's struggling in, and we devise a lot of solutions within that power hour. And then more comprehensive is basically going through an intuitive energy healing package, which consists of like 4 sessions where everything is on Zoom. It doesn't matter if they're in Australia, where you are at the moment, or in America or Sri Lanka. It doesn't really make a difference, because everything is energy, and with the healing as well, it's just delving into the subconscious and doing those reprogramming. So it's one-to-one work. And I've also got an abundance coaching and healing package as well, which is my signature 12-week program. And then I also do group programs as well. So I've got my main Manifesting Abundance Academy, which is like a group membership program where they have access to so many, various modules, as well as live coaching support, monthly healing sessions as well. So there's a whole range of support and guidance that people can have. So whether they want to work with me on a one-to-one basis or a group basis, there's always something there for everybody, really. And I also then do bespoke workshops and programs as well.
I love it. Okay, so that's a lot to digest, but fundamentally it's in and around the theories of a manifesting abundance. Yes, is that right?
Yeah, definitely. It's all about manifesting abundance. So whatever that looks like for you. So whether it's to do with, working through, getting through an abusive relationship, for example, from the past, where it could be like, for example, and I've worked with clients with this, where they've had a relationship, they were emotionally, mentally, sometimes even physically abused. And they've had lots of the trauma, which is there deeply held in their cells at that subconscious level. And then they come out of that relationship, they go into another relationship, but they realize that actually it's the same patterns. The new person that they're with is displaying the same exact traits as the old person, as the ex. And then they come out of that relationship and they go into the next relationship, and it's like this recurring pattern. And that's because they haven't healed the trauma, the domestic violence, the stuff that happened to them. And and it's taken them back through that healing journey. And it could have even come from like childhood, looking at what was the relationship that their parents had with each other, their grandparents, even as going back as past lives, if you believe in past lives, going back to the past lives, the DNA ancestral chain, even the soul path, what are you here in this lifetime to learn? What is your growth? What is your life purpose? So it's looking at the adversities that somebody's had and really helping them transform to move forward.
I love it. So on a personal level, what is the number one thing that you do to help you shift your frequency?
Oh, so many. So as a person, okay, I am very high vibe, but I do understand that we do have the polarities in life, the high and the low. You can't be like high bubbly, 24/7, because we're human at the end of the day. But the key things that I do, okay, and I'm going to give you an acronym here, okay, and this is a high performance acronym, and it's called MEDS. Am I okay, Charlene, to quickly go through that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay, so it's MEDS. So the M, first of all, stands for meditation. Okay, so every morning I do my morning activation meditation, and I also as well give that to clients. So if you're interested in having the morning activation meditation, feel free to contact me directly, and I can give you the details to get that copy. And that cements my mind for the day ahead. So it's going through gratitude, going through various affirmations, going through what my intentions are, and really implanting them deep in my subconscious level. So first of all, it's the M is for meditation. Then it's E. So it's part of my morning routine, and I do get up at 5 o'clock in the morning most days. So the E stands for exercise. So I literally do a 45-minute workout, and I love it. I've got a personal trainer online where I attend Zoom classes. So I don't even have to go outside to the gym. I literally just rock up in my lounge, put the PT on Zoom, and I'm working out, whether it's a weights class, a resistance class, cardio class, high impact, which is great. So exercise is really good, because what happens is you affect your brain chemicals. The blood is flowing, but you basically affect your brain chemicals, your oxytocin, your noradrenaline, your serotonin, your happy hormones. So it puts you in that high vibe straight away. So imagine me doing this in the morning. So meditation, exercise. Then you've got to look at your diet, to eliminate the processed foods, making sure you're healthy with your vitamins, your minerals, your vegetables, your salads, your water intake. The score out there. You've heard this so many times, get in the broccoli, get in the carrots, all of that goodness. So making sure your diet is effective and efficient for you. So you've got meditation, you've got exercise, you've got your diet, and then you've got the S of the meds, which is sleep. You've got to have enough sleep. And as a high performance coach as well, it's essential that you have between 7 and 8 hours of sleep. So, I mean, for myself, I go to sleep at 8 o'clock because I've got 2 earth angels, like to put them to sleep, and I actually go to sleep at the same time. So 8 o'clock in the morning, in the evening, and then, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's just my routine. Not saying you have to do that. Do what works for you. But as long as try and get some meditation. So whether that's breathing, putting a candle on and just looking at the candle for a few minutes, just really regulating your nervous system is really going to help you. And then as well as your exercise, your diet, and your sleep. If you can get that balance, and I use that acronym MEDS, so just ensure you've got your meds each and every day, and that will really help to regulate your physical, emotional, mental, psychological, and spiritual being.
I love it. I love it. Now, things do happen. Life does get in the way. We live in a human existence. There's wars,
yes.
There's death, there's things that happen on a daily basis. And yes, I understand that when you've got that level of emotional intelligence, you can choose to think differently about the events that happen for you. But do you have something that is your go-to if you feel that your frequency has dropped and you need to elevate your frequency?
Yes, definitely. Okay, there's a number of things, but I'm just going to give you just a few, if that's okay. The first thing that I would say is go to gratitude. Now, when I started my personal development journey years ago, the first thing that was life-changing for me was the art of gratitude. So for those of you that are not sure, or you want a quick recap, it's basically being thankful, being appreciative of the simplest things in life, big or small, and just saying each and every day, I am so happy and grateful for my phone, my pen, my hair, my eyesight, but not just stating the gratitude, feeling it deep from your core, deep in your heart. Like, for example, I'm so happy and grateful for my eyesight because I can see nature, the beauty around me. I'm so happy and grateful for the food in my fridge, because I've got the basic essential needs to feed myself and my family and my earth angels, and really feeling into that gratitude, and it puts you in that high vibe mood. So when I'm at a low point, I just think to myself, I click my fingers just to reframe everything, click my fingers with that sound, even looking outside and say, I'm so happy and grateful for the nature, for the trees, for my car, for my home, and it does take time because you're reprogramming your mind, your conscious mind, which filters from your subconscious. But another area is an affirmation. Can I share a beautiful affirmation with you? It's just 6 words. Is that okay?
That would be lovely.
Okay, so this affirmation that I use a lot is 6 words. Okay, are you ready? Okay. I can, I will, I am. So I can, I will, I am. And that just gives me a super boost, a turbocharge. I can do this, I will do this. I am successful. I am motivated, and telling myself these things instead of having the inner critic on the other side. By using these affirmations, it really helps to push myself forward, to be my own inner cheerleader. And when I do that for myself, it creates opportunities. It puts me in that high vibe, but it also then opens up like that world of manifesting. What you think about, you bring about. So if you raise your vibration, you're then going to attract the people, the circumstances, the situations, the events, the opportunities that are in the direct energetic resonance that you're in as well. So just gratitude and affirmations can help you.
I love it. I love it. And it's so true. We have to be an energetic match to the outcome that we're looking for. And we can say affirmations till the cows come home, but if you don't put a frequency of feeling into the affirmation, then it's just words. So remember to make sure that you plug in the engine to the car, not just driving an empty shell. And that is the feelings that drive the car. And that's what makes the affirmations work. So you need to create that space to plug in and program those frequencies when you're saying those words. I love it. You're speaking my language. It is like you've taken the words right out of my mouth. I love it. So
Thank you. One more thing as well. Oh, sorry. I was going to say one more thing on that as well, on the affirmations, is if you kind of saying the affirmations and your mind is saying, I don't believe you. I don't believe I can do it. I don't believe I will do it, because your mind is going to fight you. The best thing to do is shake your body off, like physically, just jump up and down. And if you've got a trampoline, just jump on your trampoline, or just put some music on YouTube and just dance around your lounge and just feel, your energy rising, and then say the affirmations then, because you're going to be in a different mood, a different frame of mind. And it's just snapping yourself out of the negative to the positive.
I love it. And all of this is true, and so much more. I'm curious to find out, how do people know that they need to work with you? So what is their problem that they are trying to solve that they're reaching out to you for?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So if you're feeling like, okay, the first thing to ask yourself is, first of all, is, are you living the life that you've always dreamt of living? A simple question. Are you living the life that you've always dreamt of living? Are you happy? Do you love yourself and love your life right now? Or are there other things that you feel you want to be, do, have, even see in your life? Because even with me, there's so much more that I want to be, do, have, and see. And I work with coaches and healers personally as well. So it's understanding where you are right now. Is it different to where you want to get to? Is it different to what your dream life looks like? So whether that's to do with having more money, that financial abundance, having that dream partner, because it's holistic, it's all areas of your life, overcoming a particular illness, a dis-ease in your body, having more energy, regulating your nervous system. So if you're in a place where you feel a bit stuck, at a crossroads, a bit disconnected, but you've got so much more potential to do so much more, to have so much more, to be so much more, then I would say reach out to me, because there's going to be something that I can definitely help you with, whether it's a psychic medium reading, whether it's like a Suit Your Soul power hour, or intuitive energy healing or coaching program. There's going to be something that I can help you with. And it's taking you on that abundance journey, where you are right now to where you want to get to reach your full potential, create the legacy you want to, and manifest the time freedom to live your life by design. And that's what life's all about, isn't it? And I also believe as well, anything is possible. You can do anything if you put your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit into it. Anything is possible. And that's also like the name of my Facebook group as well. But I strongly believe in that. And that's a mantra as well. Anything is possible. And you've just got to have that self-belief and that self-confidence, that self-worth. And that's exactly what I can help you with.
I love it. All of this isn't true. And
Thank
you've
you.
also got an amazing offer to share with our audience today. Can you take us through a little bit about the offer that you've got?
Yeah, definitely. So it's a free ebook. It's an affirmations ebook, which basically give you 100 affirmations in 10 different categories to do with like self-belief, self-worth, self-love, self-confidence. And there's different affirmations. There's 100 in total, but the ebook talks you through, what is an affirmation? Why should I use it? What are the downsides? If my inner critic comes up, what can I do? Then it gives you the affirmations. And then you've also got the opportunity then to have the audio as well, which gives you a bonus 11 affirmations as well. But affirmations, once you say the positive statements over a period of time, like Charlene mentioned, evoking those emotions, you can really transform your life. And I know this podcast is, we're running out of time, but even like, for example, I've used affirmations to meet my soulmate, who now is my husband. We've been happily married for 10 years, to live in my dream 6-bedroom showroom home that was fully furnished, using the power of affirmations, having my 2 beautiful children, having my business. And I use affirmations each and every day in each and every way, to get the results, as well as that one I gave you, I can, I will, I am. So definitely download this, the free affirmations ebook, and it just helps to uplift your life, give you that sense of positivity and that high vibration to then manifest the things that you desire in life.
I love it. It's so true. So the link is in the show notes and it's also in the description. It depends whether you're listening to us or watching us through YouTube. So just look in the notes and you'll see all of Sharon's links, and including that link, which if I can just double check, or just so that you know, it is a blessings. Is that right?
Blessings. Yeah, blessings.
Blessings. So look for the link that's blessings. That is the link to getting that freebie from Sharon. That's fantastic, Sharon. And if you've been listening today
Thank
and
you
can feel that resonance and that you feel a connection, then yes, please reach out. She has that opportunity to connect to her to find out that she's a good fit for you to move forward and work with her. I love it. And she's very passionate about making a difference and helping everybody live a life that's more abundant. Now, I've got a question, one therapist to another. Just, I'd love to know your view in and around people living, and I noticed this especially since the Ukraine war, people just living in that space of woundology and languaging wounds and living in the wound language and communicating with each other through wound language. So I thought that we as a human race have moved and progressed a little bit since then, but I've just noticed that it's emerging again. So do you find this with some of your clients, that they're leaning into using this wound language?
I do. I find that a lot. But what the advice I give to my clients is probably there's a number, but I'm just going to give you a few snippets. First of all, news channels. Just really notice what you are surrounding your mindset, headset, skill set, soul set, heart set around. Because for me, I don't listen to the news. My mom is my news channel. She's the one that tells me the schools have gone on strike and the dates. And I'm like, oh, I was going to send my children to school next week. She said, no, they're on strike. The trains are on strike, etc. This is happening in the Ukraine. This is happening in Russia, in America. But be conscious of your news channels. What are you listening to instead of listening to the news? Because it is doom and gloom. It is. Are they gonna publicize happy news? No, because happiness, doesn't sell on the media channels, does it? It's all about the fear culture. And when you submerge yourself in that, it affects your mindset and the way you think. And like you said, Charlene, your thoughts and what you're communicating and all those wounds and things. So switch off the news if you can. Put some YouTube personal development on. Listen to the podcast channel, all of these episodes, because they're absolutely fantastic. You're going to get so much, insights, golden nuggets from every single, guest speaker that Charlene's interviewed and the other presenters, and, everything on this channel. It's absolutely amazing. I've had, so many, fantastic moments listening to the podcast episodes. But notice what you're listening to, and then notice the people you're surrounding yourself with. That is so important, because it just takes one person to speak negative that will then drain your energy. And then notice to yourself, am I around people that are draining me, that are discouraging me, that are so negative? Or am I around people that are encouraging me, supporting my growth, want the best for me? Or am I just repeating doom and gloom stories that I've listened to on the news? So just be conscious of the things that you're around and change your environment, change your circumstances. And you can do this. You really can. So that's what I would say to that.
I love it. I love it. And let's watch our language and our thought processes in and around that and become aware. Give space between thought and action. And, proximity is power. So be careful. You do know that you are the average of your 5 closest friends. So have a look around. And if that's not where you want to be, rethink the friendships. So I'm very serious about that comment. This has been a wonderful, it doesn't seem like it's been a half an hour, but it's been a wonderful half an hour. No. We've learned so much. You can literally, Sharon, talk at the speed of light, just saying.
Thank you.
I love it. All of the links that Sharon's been talking about are in the show notes and also the show descriptions. It's been a privilege and a pleasure to share this quality time with you. And if you're listening today and you yourself are a practitioner, wherever you are on your practitioner journey, we'd love you to reach out and either be a guest, and or if you've got a heart for passion and a heart to make a difference and a servant's heart to pay it forward, please reach out. We've got our global launch. We are launching these Pamper Days for survivors of family and domestic violence in your city. we would love to have a conversation with you. The links are everywhere to come and join our global launch. That's a goodbye from me and a goodbye for Sharan. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Healing Through Love. You can get further resources, see the show notes, or simply reach out to us via our website at htlaustralia.org. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to your company next time on the Healing Through Love podcast.